As you work on your application materials, let's take a look at a sample cover letter. If you go to the application materials folder, you'll see a document titled Cover Letter Grading Exercise 1. So when you open up the document, this is the document that you'll get. Now it's very important for you to keep in mind that this is not perfect. This is a sample cover letter. I'm going to grade this the way I would grade your assignments. And so we are going to look for things that this letter does well, but also things that need to be improved. Okay. Also remember, this is very important to look for the letter format and follow the letter format. Right. So as you can see, when you are following the formal letter format, you have to have your name. Now, designation and company name are not important here because you are a student, but you will have to have your address, your phone number, and your email address. Then one line spacing followed by the date, and then one line spacing, and then you have the name of the hiring manager and that person's designation and name of company and office address. Now, if you don't have the name of the hiring manager, then you can just simply put down hiring manager or human resources director, right? And then one line spacing, and you write dear Mr. or Ms., never Mrs., right? Because, you know, when you're writing to somebody, you don't know if they are married. And also, even if they're married, that doesn't define their identity, because Mr. doesn't really identify whether the person is married or not, but Mrs. does. So Ms. is the official term that we use for a woman in the workplace. So last name, dear Mr. Doe or dear Miss Doe. But if you don't have the name of the hiring manager, then you will simply write dear hiring manager or dear human resources director. Then colon, right? It's not a comma because this is a formal letter. So, you know, you have to get these little details right. And then, of course, you have like the separate paragraphs. Make sure that you write short paragraphs and you have proper subheadings. And then you end with sincerely. You have 4 lines of spacing and then your name and then enclosure because you'll be attaching your resume. Now, very important with the cover letter and any formal letter, you single space the letter, right? Now let's go to the sample letter and start grading it. So this letter is being sent by Sam Adams. It's just a fake name. So name is good. Address, what is missing here? So where is phone number, right? And also where is the email address? Then one line spacing, good. May 30th, 2010 is good. But then again, name and address of hiring manager. I mean, in this case, if looks like Sam Adams does not know the name of the hiring manager, so it should still say hiring manager. You should have the company name here and address here, right? So you have to get these details right. Now, I've noticed that some students will look at the sample cover letter introductions that I've shared and they'll think that that's the complete letter. It's not. You cannot just submit one paragraph. Look at the word count for the assignment, right? So that's just how you can begin the you can begin the letter. That can just be your introduction. But then you have to have the rest of the letter. So let's read this letter and see how Sam Adams, you know, makes an argument for his application, for his candidacy. I've attached my resume in response to your ad for a billings and collections manager that was posted on monster.com. Okay, so here are some things that you have to keep in mind with the introduction. You have to identify the specific job that you're applying for. So this is good. Sam Adams clearly identifies the job that was posted on monster.com. So you also have to identify where you found the job ad, right? Whether you found it on indeed.com or monster.com. Because sometimes what happens, think about a company. The company may have like 30, 40 jobs advertised. For a large company with multiple branches, they have hundreds or maybe even thousands of jobs if it's a multinational company advertised at any given time. And if you say, look, I found this ad, the hiring manager needs to be able to check, okay, where is the ad? When was this posted? Right? So make sure to identify where you found the job ad. It's also important to identify the company, right? Because let's say in any given company, there may be multiple branches and it's one specific branch that's advertising that position. So you need to say that I've attached my resume in response to your ad for a billings and collections manager at this branch of your company that was posted on monster.com. I understand that you're looking for someone with a business management degree and accounting experience, and I believe I'm qualified for this position. Now, keep in mind, almost every candidate applying for the job is qualified. So if you say, I believe I'm qualified, that's not going to get you the job. What you need to do is you need to say, and I am the right candidate for this position, right? Now, along with identifying the specific job ad that you're applying to, identifying the company and indicating where you found the job ad, you should identify 2 or 3 experiences or skills that make you the right candidate or the best candidate for the position. So here it looks like Sam Adams is saying that his business management degree and his accounting experience make him the best candidate. This is basically giving the reader a template for the rest of your letter, because in the following paragraphs, Sam Adams should make an argument about his business management degree as well as his accounting experience, providing specifics, right? Because if you say that, look, these 2 qualities make me the right candidate for this job, then you need to tell me about those 2 qualities. So let's see what Sam Adams does in his first body paragraph. I'm currently employed at Hale Plantation Golf and Country Club, where should always identify the location in, I don't know where it is it in Florida? In Florida, where I am the director of, or you should actually be even more specific and say Orlando, Florida, where I'm the director of club accounting. I have over 5 years of experience and good working knowledge of both accounting and management and the duties that are associated with following a budget, employee scheduling, and aiding teams to reach their goals. I'm graduating with a degree in business management from, right? So, these little details are very, very important. So I know that you're attaching your resume, but keep in mind, you have to make the information accessible to your readers. You cannot go, well, look for it or look me up. They're not going to do so because they have hundreds of applicants. You have to make sure that all the information is readily available to them. Also, this is what I recommend. When you end every paragraph, the information that you've provided, connect it to the requirements of the job. So you can add a sentence here saying, with this extensive accounting experience, I am confident that I will be an asset to you. Do you see how that kind of connects all the information that Sam Adams provided to the requirements of the job? I'm applying for this position because I'm looking for a job that will offer a challenge as well as a company that can offer growth on all levels. Look, from your perspective, this sounds like a good thing to say, right? But in your cover letter, you need to show the hiring manager how you will benefit the company, not how the company will benefit you. No company will ever hire an employee because of what the employee will get out of the company, right? Every employee is looking for that job. You need to focus on how you will benefit the company, how you will bring special skills or experiences to the company. So I would say take this out. and say my background in management, strength in accounting, and HR. Now, if you're going to make a claim, provide evidence. So I have no evidence here. What experience do you have in HR? As well as my analytical and organizational skills. Again, provide evidence. Make an argument, right? Would help me succeed in the position that you have available. I work well with little supervision and learn quickly. Good. I thrive in an environment that offers daily challenges. So some of this information is very good, but some of this information requires a little more evidence. So if you're claiming that you have some experience in HR, say that, also while I was at the Hale Plantation Golf and Country Club, I served for a year in HR or whatever it is, right? But provide, and then what analytical and organizational skills do you have? What have you done? Remember, the cover letter is your chance to make an argument for your candidacy, to really build on the information that's provided in the resume. What is very important is you should not simply rehash your resume. Don't simply go through all the details, all the information that's in the resume. That's not the purpose of the cover letter. The purpose of the cover letter is to say, if in your resume you've said, I did this internship. In the cover letter, you explain what you did while you did that internship and how that experience perfectly connects to this job that you're applying to. Would appreciate being considered for this position and meeting with you in person so that you can see for yourself that I would be a good candidate. Firstly, that's kind of repetitive and you don't really need to say that. Also, don't say please feel free, because why wouldn't they? Actually, when you're writing the conclusion, a good way to begin the final paragraph is to show some enthusiasm for the job. So you could say, I am really excited at this opportunity to apply to your company. I know that I know that I am a perfect fit for your renowned work culture, and will quickly become a valued member of your team. Please contact me via email make sure to provide your email address or by phone to schedule an interview. Don't say I'm available Monday through Friday after 5 p.m. Are you telling me, if I'm the hiring manager, that if I try to contact you after 5 p.m. you will not receive my call or you will not respond to my email? Also, this is not required if you need references. Never use contractions, right? That is not professional. So little things like that, you have to make sure that you very carefully go through your cover letter and proofread and edit. Now, there is a sentence that you can add. It is optional, but sometimes applicants will say, I will contact your office in a few weeks to follow up on my application and to see if I can set up a meeting with you. Other times applicants will say, I will be traveling to your location, whatever city this is in a couple of months, and I would be happy to visit with you. Or they'll say that I'm ready to relocate, or I'm ready to move to such and such place, just sort of showing that they are fully dedicated to joining the company, right? So those kinds of statements. But otherwise, I would say with this letter, there are some good things, but there are some basic errors. There's some formatting information missing. not thank you. You can say sincerely is the best way to go. Sincerely or regards, and then Sam Adams, and then enclosure. So this is a good cover letter, but we can improve it. Now, as you work on your cover letter, make sure to, you know, go through it carefully and keep the things that I just discussed in mind. Hopefully, this grading exercise is useful to you. I always say once you finish drafting your letter, give yourself a day and then grade your own paper as if it's somebody else's. And that will actually help you identify the things that you've done correctly and the things that are missing or need to be fixed. Okay, but also, if you finish drafting the letter in advance, you can send me an email and you can send me your draft letter and we can set up an appointment for 15 minutes on Zoom and I'm happy to give you some feedback. Okay, I'm going to end here and I wish you good luck with your assignments this week.